Before I look to the agenda, I'd just like to acknowledge that we're gathered on the traditional ancestral and unceded territory of the Musqueam people, and we recognize the traditional owners and caretakers. The first item on the agenda is motion to approve the agenda. So I would make that motion. Seconder. Seconded by last time. All those in favor?
I didn't see the agenda. Posted. Oh. Pretty short. Got it. Yep.
Oh, you send the email?
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually, how long before the meeting agenda?
I'll forward it. It's pretty basic.
Usually it's the Thursday or Friday before the week of the meeting.
So Tuesday, usually it's Tuesday. Before the week is Thursday or Friday, we will get the agenda.
That was
Yeah, the end of the week and the weekend, Monday, good to advance. So I'll just call for the vote again. All those in favor of adopting the agenda? Any opposed? That's carried. We have no minutes for approval this evening. We have no delegations and we have no external reports. We have one report on the agenda is the report from myself. It's really regarding the business of the meeting, which is select chair, and then having done that, select secretary for the board. Just a quick review of the report, just in terms of the process. This process is largely modeled on what is done at regional districts in the local government context, where the board selects their chair. The responsibilities of those positions are mostly detailed in Unity's bylaws and policies. We talked quite a bit about this in the orientation session as well. We'll go into those details. The procedure is that once we get to the new business items, I'll call for the nominations for the office of the chair. If we get more than one nomination, we'll have a secret ballot election or selection. We have ballots prepared for that eventuality, if that's the case. If there's more than one, as I said, we'll have a vote. We'll declare the candidate. If there's only one nominee, the candidate declared chair by acclamation, and I will cede the chair to that individual for the selection of the secretary. So that's the process, and as I said, laid out in the report. It's report for information, so the motion is required from the board. Are there any questions from anyone about the process? Being none, I think we can move on to the next item, which is actually the business item itself, new business, and the first item is election of the UNA chair. So at this time, I will call for nominations 3 times. It's kind of the typical process, and then I'll close nominations, and then we'll declare select a successful candidate, or we'll have an election. So first call for nominations for chair of the UNA.
I call for the election of Eagle Glassheim as a 6-month representative for a limited term while we get to know the board and one another and familiarize ourselves with our duties and the committees that we are hoping to be on.
Thank you for that. Just for everyone's awareness, there's a button on your microphone. If you push the button, the light will come on and start to speak. It's less necessary for this room, but because we stream the meetings, it picks up everyone's voices.
Well, I'll just repeat that. And then I call for the nomination of Eagle Glassheim for a limited 6-month term while the new board gets to know one another and gets to know our positions and our duties within the board responsibility.
Thank you. Got Eagle Glassheim nominated. This is this is kind of typical to make sure that you accept the nomination. Ask that question.
Yes, thank you, and I would accept the nomination and just indicate that my intention is to serve for 6 months while the board gets established, and after that point, open things up for an election.
Should we establish a date just for formality?
Get through the process.
Okay, sure.
I still have 3 more calls for nominations from the floor. Is there anyone else who'd like to nominate a candidate for chair?
Yeah.
Any other nomination for a different candidate than the one nomination that we have? Call a third and final time just to close it out. Are there any additional nominations for chair? Seeing none, it would declare by acclamation our new chair, Eagle Glassheim. Congratulations. I am happy to accede to you.
Do I have to?
Right.
I'd like to make the physical move. Symbolic, yes.
Thanks, everyone. I did want to say a few words, and this is primarily to thank and acknowledge the board that came before us, as well as the CAO and staff and our colleagues at UBC and the AMS. I also just wanted to note that I'm hard of hearing, and I sometimes have trouble hearing and understanding in kind of large rooms and stuff like that. And so on occasion, I may have to ask for people to repeat things, or at the very least, smile and nod as I understand what's going on. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. Then also, on behalf of the board, I'd like to acknowledge that our meetings and our homes here at UBC are on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam people. And that might mean different things to different people. For me, I want to express my gratitude to our Musqueam neighbors, past and present, for their care and stewardship of this land in what is a very special and fragile place here where the land meets the sea. And I hope that we and UBC too can draw on the experience of the Musqueam and their wisdom as we work here and live here. And maybe I can convey this to Chris for the minutes. But, I want to thank Richard Watson, the chair of the Alkaline Board, for his leadership, his vision as well, and his humane commitment to the well-being of residents and to the UNA as an institution. And then thanks to board members Bill Holmes and Murray McCutcheon, very active on the board, and who most recently brought our revision of the neighbors agreement to a successful conclusion. And that's among many other contributions that they made during their time. And then also I want to acknowledge and thank past board members Ali Mojtahi, Jane Kang, and Fei Liu, who made considerable contributions to our community and to the board. We served as members. And then I'd like to thank Paul for his steady leadership over the past year of the UNA, and also to thank the rest of the UNA's dedicated staff. I won't list you all by name, but we will be meeting and interacting with you by name over the months and years to come, and we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to working with all of you. Also looking forward to working with our UBC and AMS representatives, Carol, Holly, and then Aisha Irfan representing the AMS. So I think our next order of business then is to elect a board secretary. And so with that, I will follow Paul in asking for nominations. Jake?
I'd like to nominate Evan Lau for board secretary.
Second call, nominations for board secretary.
It's not for board secretary. I just wanted to just formalize that sort of the past business that the 6-month term Eagle, like that we're voting on a specific date. I think it's Tuesday, June 10th of 2025 for a new board director, right? The 6-month term.
So my understanding is that this would come to a regular board meeting in open session. And I would propose that the 6 months, since December is month 1, that 6 months is May, and it'd be a May meeting. I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to attend the June meeting in any case, so it's probably a good idea to do it in May. So that's my intention.
Yep.
Okay. Second call for nominations for the role of secretary.
Question regarding this 6 months for chair, and if we re-elect in May, secretary will be re-elected again, different? Or Evan, you will continue to do that even after 6 months? Just to clarify.
You're in it for life.
Well, I'll just note that I mean, when we do these elections, we are just electing a chair and then electing a secretary, but we have a common understanding that I will sit for 6 months. But the normal thing is you just elect somebody and really just are grateful that they'll do the job. And actually, I've got to ask Evan if he's willing to do it.
Absolutely. Everybody satisfy my service.
Yeah. So thanks, Evan. So third call, any further nominations for the role of secretary of the board? Okay, so Evan, and Evan, is it Luo? Evan Luo.
L-U-O.
Luo. So Evan Luo is elected by what's the acclamation, I guess is the right word for that. And so we have a secretary. And I think you're aware of it, and we're all aware that the secretary's main role is keeping track of our minutes in restricted closed meetings. That is when we meet as a board without any staff in the room. There are various times, although not that often, when we may want to do it. So yeah.
Absolutely. So the reason I'm running for secretary today is actually I've been secretary in my North America Coaching Society for 5 years. So yeah, also I work as the analyst and the development team. So I know like how to consume the information, grab the insightful information, how to communicate more efficiently with stakeholder, and how to organize the documentation, arrange meeting, and prioritize schedule. So I think I have the skills and passion to work in the board.
So glad to have you in that role. Thank you. And with that, we have no more business for tonight. We will have plenty of business at our meeting next week. And I think, as you're aware, the meeting package will be circulated sometime late this week. And as usual, we'll have a pile of stuff to go through, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week at the Tuesday meeting. With that, is there a motion to adjourn? All right, all in favor?
All in favor.
All right, thanks everyone.
Sit here.
Yes.
Bit longer than the next one.
Yeah, good lord. Just realized that.
Can I take photos of new board meetings or?
No. No.
Yeah, I think I
Did you take us with you?
Well, I'm off of school, so I have after school day. So